So I don't even know the story of how you and Grandma met.
Don't you know how we met?
I don't know how you met. I was thinking about the other day.
Well, I had met Gene at a dance. We used to go to they used to go to what's called the Mustard Group dance, and Mustards were their polygamous group. We didn't know about the Kingston group. I didn't even know they existed, but the Mustard Group was a group my father kind of associated with, and so they had dances twice a month on Saturday night. So we went to this dance one night. Frank and I always go to the dances because that was where you meet the girls, see, and there's lots of girls, and they were all, and you could be a girl there because they're already polygamous girls, so you could get one of those, but don't worry, you'd have to meet their parents and all this bull crap. So Frank and I went. Anyway, there's some new girls sitting over there. I've never seen these girls before. This one is, she's the one that I thought, oh man, she was a knockout. And so I asked her to dance, and of course we went out and danced, and then every time I wanted to dance with her after that dance, she was always some other guy at her,
And that's another whole story about the way we met. And
Well,
it was
we got
great.
time.
Well, we danced.
I know, I've never heard any of this before.
Oh, really? We only danced one time, and Maureen was there, and we were dressed alike.
So I took the other one, I danced with this other girl several times during the night, but this one I liked, I could never dance with her because some other kid went and grabbed her and they were dancing with her. So anyway, the next day we was going to have a picnic at the Liberty Park, and so I called. I found out I got her phone number. I found out her father was a polygamist. And, oh man, I'm just so great. Oh man, I gotta get to know this girl. So sure enough, the next day I called her out to her house and said, we're going to have a picnic today. Would you like to go on a picnic with us? And she said, I'd love to. So anyway, I and Frank got this other girl he liked, and I said, I'll be out and pick you up. I'll have my father's pickup truck. By that time I had learned to drive, and so I'll be out to pick you up. Well, unbeknownst to me, she tells Maureen, he never danced with me, only once. He danced with you 4 or 5 times, so he probably really wants you. So you be ready in case he comes, because if he wants me, fine, but if he wants you, you be ready to go. So anyway, that's what they did.
Grandma told you this?
No, Gene told Maureen this.
To be ready.
Be ready, Maureen. You be ready.
But you had called. And
I've
you
called
wanted.
after Gene. I wanted Gene.
Yeah.
But I found her name. Their name was Gene. So I'm gonna go to a picnic there at Liberty Park.
And this was on a Friday, and on a Saturday he called the house and wanted to talk to Gene. He said he wanted to take me to the park. They were having a ball game at Liberty Park.
Mm-hmm. This was here in Pocatello?
No, Salt Lake. And I kept telling him, no, you want my sister Maureen. You was dancing with her all night. Well, listen to him. Well, I never could get you. There were all these other guys who was dancing. Okay.
That's cute.
So anyway, that's what happened there. So I told him, I said, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to have my sister ready. Because a lot of people thought we looked alike. Even now, people will say, Maureen? No, I'm Jean. But I said, I'll have her ready too, because she knew who he was.
Uh-huh.
And when he come to the door, I said, hi, you're Jean? Yeah? Well, you're the one I want.
That sounds just like Grandpa.
So that's where I went with him to the park, and we had a good time. I played baseball, but I played baseball at high school.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't believe how good I could play. I could hit that ball, catch the ball, pitch the ball.
I'm not surprised. Impressive.
Sure enough, I went to her house and knocked on the door, and she came to the door, and hi, how are you? You ready to go? And so it was her I wanted, so
Yeah.
off we went, Bye. Wasn't till later that I found out she's only 14 years old.
Grandma was 14 when you met her?
You gotta be out of here, rock her head. She was built like a brick shit house, you know. I mean, she had knockers on her. Good night. I mean, it was, holy crap. And you gotta be kidding me. Oh, my balloon just got faded when I found out she's only 14. Anyway, I gotta cool that day. So anyway, I had to get over my hots for her, you know, because I figured, well, she's like 16, 17, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, found out she wasn't even in high school yet. She was a 9th grade. Oh my God. She wasn't starting school for another high school for a year or so. Oh, anyway, I was devastated.
But now, see, you know, when I met Farron, first time I ever met him, I went to a dance. Did Grandpa tell you that?
A little bit of it, yeah.
Oh. And the first time I saw him, I was standing there.
Mm.
And this voice was as clear. I'll even start crying. It says, he is going to be the father of your children. I don't even know the guy.
Oh,
You know?
that would freak me out.
Well, but back in our days, you really believed in listening to the Holy Ghost, the Spirit.
Mm-hmm. Well, even still, even if I do.
When this is now 52, Jean has gone up to Williston, North Dakota, peddling oranges and grapefruit with her dad, see?
Uh-huh.
And so she's not home, you know, but when she gets home, you know, I'm telling her I'm going in the Army, Air Force. Oh man, I'm sad about that. Well, now she's 15, see? So she's a little bit, but I'm still thinking, I told her then, I says, you know, that I'm going to have 3 wives. I want you to be one of my wives, you know. Oh no, if I'm not the first wife, you.
He'd marry me, but he's going to have a lot of wives, 7 wives. I said, forget that.
Well, Grandpa said that you said, well, if I'm not doing it unless I'm the first.
That's what I told him.
I said, well, let's plan for June. We'll get married in June. My father always wanted me to get married on my mother's wedding day, which was June the 4th. So we said, okay, we'll plan our June wedding. That's what we'll do. So in the meantime, I would come home on an airplane flight. They would need supplies up at Hill Air Force Base from Phoenix. I would jump on an airplane. I'd fly to Hill Air Force Base with my people, and I'd make arrangements that Jean would be at the Air Force Base for a couple hours while they loaded up, and I'd see my sweetheart. So my father would go get Jean and bring her out to the Hill Air Force Base so we could be together for a couple hours, and then they'd load up the plane, and then I'd jump on the plane and go back to Phoenix. So anyway, that's the scenario. So anyway, I told my people, I said, I want to get leave in June. Well, you've only been here 6 months. You're the very low man on the totem pole. You can't get a 30-day leave in June. When you get married, forget it. You can't get a leave till September. Your leave will be September, because all the other people working in the place I work needed to go home for their vacations. They're 30 days leave, because you got 30 days leave in this service. So I wrote and told Jean, I said, I can't get off in June. I can't come till September. Well, I don't know what she did. She probably cried to my dad, you know. Next thing I know, guess what? Guess who's in Phoenix? Who came to Phoenix?
Jean.
No.
Who?
My dad. He hitchhiked to Phoenix. Got out and hitchhiked to Phoenix to see my commanding officer. He said, this boy's got a sweetheart up there in Salt Lake that wants to get married. And he can't even get off to get married, you know. Anyway, I go over there and I'm called to the commanding officer's office, you know. Oh my God, what did I do wrong now? Walked in there, my dad's in the commanding officer's office. What in the heck are you doing here?
Right.
Well, I came down to see if we could find some way to get you home and get married in June. You're kidding me. So, sure enough, my commanding officer said, well, I think we could probably work something out. Let's see what we can do. So he got a hold of my guy that I worked under and said, hey, get there and can you work around this? Get there in a few days. You can go home and get married. You got this sweet girl down there. So sure enough, he said, well, we can give you 9 days. we can schedule a schedule around so you can get 9 days. So like the 26th of May until like the 5th or 6th of June, I could be gone.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I took my dad in my car. I had my car in Phoenix then. We drove home. I went straight to the printer, the Gottschalk Printing Company, and I had some announcements made up, you know. But the 4th of June, he's going to have the reception. And my father, we got to have a place to have it, you know. Where can we have the reception?
Yeah.
Well, Father got the Hostess Baking Company, had a room there, you know, with a kind of a conference room, a nice big room.
Yeah.
And he had, since he was a grocer, and he'd buy Hostess bread and Hostess cupcakes and all that, he got us that room, and the Hostess Company would give us all the cupcakes and Twinkies we wanted, you know. They would just supply all the people, all the Twinkies and cupcakes. So those little cupcakes with the most swirl on the top, that was what we used. And Twinkies, they just brought them up by the tray full, you know. They just brought them by the tray full. People had all the Twinkies and Hostess cupcakes you wanted. And it was just, but the thing was that people had to tour the bread factory. If you came to the reception, you had to tour the bread factory. That was part of they wanted the people to tour the bread factory, so that was part of the deal.
Yeah.
And then people would come, they would all go down through the bread factory, see how the bread was made. It was quite a thing. So that was our reception.